everyone, and welcome to this Minecraft tutorial with me, JCB. Today I'm going to be going through everything that you need to know about villagers, including breeding them, transporting them and trading with them. I'll be splitting it into sections, so if you want to check down in the description and see what times each section starts, if there's things that you already know, but I'll try and go through everything and keep it all in one video. So let's get started. Part 1. An introduction to villagers. Villagers are a mob in Minecraft, and you will find as soon as you start trying to do anything with them, they're not too bright and they're very easily scared or offended. So make sure that you don't hit them, don't kill them, and you'll be right. If there are enough villagers and beds in a village, golems will spawn. Golems' sole purpose is to protect the villagers, so anything that is a threat to them, the golems will go after them. That includes you, so make sure if a golem is nearby, do not do anything to hurt the villagers. Villagers are useful for trading with, or if you're creating your own village, it's nice to add them to it to add a bit of life and atmosphere. Part 2. How to breed your villagers. So the building that I'm standing in here is a villager breeder that I have designed. It's very simple, there's nothing fancy about it. It basically provides everything that the villagers need to breed. There's nothing special about it, there's no redstone. All you need to breed up a lot of villagers are 2 villagers, some food and some beds. Now you can just stick them in a hole and just keep throwing food at them. But what I like to do is set up a farm. I've put the composters there, which will make some of the villagers take up the farmer trade, and that means that they will keep gathering the crops and replanting them and keep all the new villagers fed. And the more beds that you have, the more villagers will be bred. So I've set up 16 beds here. Once the population of this little makeshift village reaches 16, because there's no extra beds, the villagers will stop breeding. Now this area, even though it doesn't have lots of separate buildings, does class as a village. Because all you need is villagers linked to beds, and that equals a village. I mentioned briefly in the introduction about golems spawning. This village won't spawn any golems because I don't have enough beds. You need 21 beds and 10 villagers for golems to start spawning in your village. So this breeder is designed for you to go AFK, and you can just let your guys keep feeding each other, let the babies grow up, and in no time at all you will have lots and lots of villagers at your disposal. A couple of things to remember when you're designing a villager breeding area is to make sure that it is covered so that they don't get struck by lightning, otherwise they'll turn into witches. Also, I like to make sure that it's next to water so that it's easy to transport them away. And all around the perimeter you'll see that I've put berry bushes and also magma blocks with trapdoors over them, because this will keep away anything like zombies and drowns that will go after your villagers. The walls are also too high to jump over, so I've done 1 block and a slab at least, because mobs can't jump over this. Just to show this perimeter in action, I've set the time to night, and I'm going to spawn in some zombies which will try and go after our villagers. And as you can see, none of them can get in, and they're all being killed by very simple but very effective perimeter defense. The zombies can't see the magma blocks under the trapdoors and keep stepping on them. The berry bushes should be hurting them as well, but they are getting stuck in it. And some of the others have just got bored and run away. Oh, there they go. He died. So the only thing to do now is set the time back to day and let our villagers get on with breeding. Part 3. Transporting your villagers. Okie dokie, right, now that we have mainly adult villagers, I think there's a couple of babies. I think I spotted a nitwit as well, which we don't really want, but that's fine. It happens. There he is in the background lurking. We're going to show you how to transport villagers. Now, I have a super special, super ingenious, patented villager transportation system, which I'm going to show you right now. And here it is. It's a boat and some water. I've seen a lot of people use rails. I've seen plenty of complicated systems for transporting villagers, but I always stick to this method because this is just the most simple way to transport your villagers. Now, the reason I got in the boat first is because sometimes you get 2 villagers in there and it's annoying trying to get them out again. And I've got this double gate system so that I can park this one here, and also it just helps in case any of the others come through, they're not going to escape. They're not going to wander out where it's dangerous. Okay, so using the water is a lot quicker, and if you move into third person, you can keep an eye on your villager. Okay, so using the water in the boat also allows you to go up and down blocks. So I've set up a bit of a waterfall over there that we're just coming up to before we get to our trading hall, which is our final destination. I'm going to show you, and this is going to be really funny if I can't do it, but you should be able to, if you go nice and slowly and stay in third person, go nice and slowly, just let it float up. And you should be able to make it all the way to the top of the hill. Should. Like that word, should. If you're very careful. There we are. And the villager doesn't have to go out of the boat. This might be a bit too steep, this bit. But go on, make it to the top. Yes! There we are. But it's not just going up and down the hills that's great for with the boat and the water. You can just chuck a load of buckets of water down over the land and create your own river, and all of a sudden you've got a speedy transportation system. So there you have it. JCB's patented villager transportation system. It's not really patented. I did work it out myself, but I'm sure other people have done it before me. Part 4. Villager trading. Now, villager trading can be extremely useful. I will go a bit more in depth about each workstation and the associated trades in another video, but for a brief overview, here's a list of the various workstations and the trade it creates. So with a composter, you will get a farmer. With a loom, you will get a shepherd. With a barrel, you will get a fisherman. With a smoker, you will get a butcher. With the cauldron, you will get a leather worker. With the grindstone, you'll get a weaponsmith. With the blast furnace, you'll get an armour smith. Smithing table is a toolsmith. Fletching table equals a fletcher. Stone cutter, you will get a stonemason. Brewing stand, cleric. Lectern, librarian. And cartography table, you will get a cartographer. There are 13 trades in total. Here we are. I tried to keep it, it's still in my kind of style of building, but I tried to keep it, a bit more suitable for the surrounding area, which is a savannah. As you can see, I've got the berry bushes around the outside with the magma blocks under the trapdoors as protection, and here I have my double gate. Now, once all the trading cubicles are filled, I would more than likely get rid of this, or just get rid of the water and leave that as a path. So we're going to get this guy in here. I saw him linked to something, which I believe is a bed that should be over here. There we go. Now, before we get him out of the boat, I'm going to set his trades here, because it's all well and good creating a farmer, creating a librarian, but if it's not the trades that you want straight off, it's not going to be as much use to you. So what we can do is go to his trades, and what I've got is a stack of carrots. So I want the farmer to be a carrot farmer. I don't want him to be a beetroot farmer. So before I do any trading with him whatsoever, I'm going to destroy that. As you can see, he turns back into a regular villager. And then I'm going to place it again. Oh, and I was going to say wait for him to change, but he's done it. Okay, so this time it's potatoes. No, Mr. Villager, I don't want you to buy potatoes. I don't have potatoes. I have carrots. Wheat, no. Carrots, please. This may take a while. There we go, carrots. Okay, so this guy is going to buy carrots off me. So now that I've traded with him, you see that I've broken the workstation, but he is still a farmer. Any trading that you do will lock in that villager's trades. So now that his trades are locked in, I've let him out the boat, and I'm just going to wait for him to get into this little cubicle. Now sometimes you'll have to wait until night time, but sometimes they will behave themselves and you can just push them in. But not today, obviously. Come on. I can just cheat and change the time, you know. There we are. So let's get me composter ready, and now he is blocked in. And then he should link to that. There we go. That's our first villager in. So here we are. We've got trader number 2, or villager number 2. He's still got his farmer's hat on at the moment, from the other village. But just to show, because I know that he's not locked in because I didn't trade with him, I'm going to use a different workstation for this guy. So let's go, what should we go with? Let's do it in order. Let's do a loom, because that is a shepherd. And let's also give you a bed, Mr. Man. Here we are. So he's linked to that already. I believe, yes, he's linked to that bed. Okay, so this one you can choose your colour of wool. So that's black. Let's see. Let's do grey or something. So let's cycle through until we get grey. Oh, look, second one. That was nice and easy. So let's get ourselves some grey wool so that we can sell that to the shepherd and lock in his trades. There we go. So he's locked in. So I can break that one. This is what I would be doing if this was in survival. Then I can let him out of the boat. And then we'll either push him in or we'll wait until it gets dark. And he'll go to bed, and then we can block him in with his workstation. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to fill up this side with traders that I'm going to be getting most of my emeralds from, so farmers, and then we'll move on to librarians, which is usually the most useful of the traders. Here we go, we've got a full row of farmers and one shepherd here. Now the important thing to remember when you're creating things like a trading area or a trading hall with the villagers is to introduce them one at a time, and also place the beds one at a time too. That way you can decide where they're going to sleep, and as well as what trades they're going to have. Right then, now that we've got our source of emeralds ready to spend on books, we can start creating some librarians. So let's get this guy a little bit closer over here to his cubicle. Right, so let's get your bed down. And there we go, he's going to link to it. So the important thing to remember with the lectern and creating librarians is that every single book, every single enchanted book that you're ever going to want will eventually be available as this first trade here. So it is worth persevering with it. You don't have to settle for something a bit less, you know, if you're after Fortune 3 but you get Fortune 2, don't settle. It's worth persevering. It can take a long time, but in the long run it's going to be a lot shorter than you know, fishing or finding the books by chance. Protection 4, that is pretty good. That is the highest level of protection that you can get to put on your armor. So I will go with that. Let's get some paper, which will be the easiest to do first. There's my paper. There's my paper. So let's sell him some paper, and even though it's not the book, it does lock in that trade. As soon as they start getting some experience in this bar here, their trade is locked in. So I should be able to break that now. And he is still a librarian, so let's let him out. Let's push him towards his bed. Come on, off you go. There we are. And it shouldn't matter which way round you put the workstations, as long as they can get to it, they'll be able to use it and replenish their trades. So here we are, we've got a nice row of librarians here, all selling books that are the highest enchantment levels. If you're not sure what all of the enchantments do, you can look in the top right of the screen now, because I have an enchanting series. Everything that you need to know about all the different types of enchantments and what each of them does, split up into which types of items you can put them on, like armor or weapons or tools. Over on this side we've got all the other traders here, which you can see, but we will go a little bit more into depth next episode for all the different types of workstations and all the different trades. And so I'm going to say a very, very big thank you for watching. If you found this useful, do hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. It really helps out the channel. I'm getting a lot closer to the 1,000 subscribers, which is absolutely amazing. Really, really want to thank everybody for their support. If you want to come and say hello to me, either leave me a comment down below, or you can come and join the Discord server and say hi and get in on some very odd conversations indeed. Or you can follow me on Twitter, and also if you want to chat with me live streaming, I'm over on Twitch as well. All the links are down below in the description, and until next time guys, I will see you then. Bye.